Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke with Reverend Yutaki Amada on this day, Tuesday, the 1st of June, the 21st day of April in the 9th year of Chongnalguk. Let's begin with a bow to our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. Kyombe, Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English. Thank you.
가족 맹세 6. 전위국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 전을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 6. Our family, the owner of Chongnalguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the Heavenly Parent and True Parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. Okay. I'd like to ask Daniela if she can offer the opening prayer for us.
So grateful to be here together again. Today, the 1st of June, a new month, Heavenly Parent. Gathering together as your family. And we truly want to send our love and our support to our true mother as she's preparing to go to America. And have this very important meeting on the 5th of June, this event with all the brothers and sisters in America, with all the Christian unificationists and all the Christians as well, Heavenly Parent. We know that by connecting and by hearing, and there is so much resurrection going on, Heavenly Parent. And you are truly a God that is going to fulfill the original dream, Heavenly Parent. And we are in awe of all the work that you have done and all that you're doing in each one of us, our lives. And I pray, Heavenly Parent, that you can guide each and every one of us to be able to understand what is really what you're asking each one of us, and to connect deeply with that. Especially, Heavenly Parent, I pray for the young people that we can really seek to understand and to practice true love with them, Heavenly Parent. There is so much going on, and they actually truly are in so much need of love and understanding, and for us also to become true parents to them. I pray that you can put all our talents together, Heavenly Parent, and we can truly fulfill. Of course, we want to do it in the shortest time possible, so we can truly complete this task as True Mother is here with us, Heavenly Parent. So we offer this gathering together. We pray that you can accept our love and our gratitude, and we report this in the family, all our brothers and sisters' name, and Douglas and Daniela and Gelucci Green of the Central Family, Arju.
Thank you. Let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Yutaka as he shares with us this morning. So.
Good morning, our brothers and sisters. Welcome our morning Kundake in Oceania. Today is the 110 days and the beginning of the June. Really beautiful morning. So we really appreciate everyone and put our chonsong and heart, our heavenly parents and to parents, no matter what kind of environment. Sincere devotion is something we will continue to do. So we will put our heart. We know that Jesus' time, the Pentecost, that time 120 Christian people gathered together, then great work was happened and develop and develop and develop. Tirumada is leading, even America or each nation is showing, and Australia, Oceania, New Zealand, all nations also go together, put our heart and to make a foundation which heaven can work. That's why there are a small heart, but if gathering bigger and bigger, and this is big, some foundation for heaven. So I really appreciate everyone to join together. So let's continue to the mother's autobiography. Yesterday we saw the video about inauguration and speaking tour of Women's Federation for World Peace, and where whenever mother visited, she practiced and prepared the speech, and even when she visits some nation, she prepared the local language and gave the speech. So now how much mother is thinking to embrace all people as heavenly parents, children, and true parent children, and want to communicate directly. Their language is also one of the important part to communicate and connect by heart. So we could see that speaking tour. So now we are reading the chapter 4 of Tirumada's Myanmar autobiography, and this part is chapter 4 is God's light shines upon a path of throne. So almost ending part of chapter 4. So let's continue to see how Tirumada invest and had met the people and got together with our true Father. When I departed Korea for this speaking tour, I had several outfits, a collection suitable for the variety of climates I would encounter. When I returned, all I had was the suit I was wearing. I always give away my clothes, and I had been gone for most of the year. When my husband welcomed me, his first words were, "You did a good job." Then, glancing at my hands out of the blue, he asked, "By the way, where's your wedding ring?" So we could see how they have a conversation between Father and mother, welcoming mother, and also give the word. So we could see the relationship. So whoever mother met in the speaking tour in the nation, and many member, many family was also in the challenging situation. So mother share clothes and things. Through this making this moment, the parents also try to make a condition, a moment to connect with heaven and connect with heavenly true parents directly. So those memory and those moments, the mother also try to make our brothers and sisters and our families. I looked at my hand. Only then did I remember it was gone. "I don't have the ring," I said. "I must have given it to someone." "To whom did you give it?" he asked incredulously. Yes, I gave it to someone during the tour," I said. "But I don't remember who it was. I gave it to someone either to keep as an heirloom or if necessary, to sell for her family's well-being. My husband made the natural comment, "It's fine that you gave it away, but you don't remember who you gave it to." So when father saw a mother's finger and hand, he said about a wedding ring, but mother said, "Yes, I gave someone already, and I'm not sure." So father also naturally said, "Wow, that's good. How about you don't remember anything?" So we could see how father's character and mother's character, wedding ring. How about our cases, wedding ring? When it's not easy things to give away everything. If we visit some place, if we meet the members' families, and giving and giving and giving. So this time, our last time also said the old leader went to Korea, and I heard to the mother continuously giving to the parents' clothes, to the mother's clothes as the memory, and try to let them have the memory with to parents. So continuously give and give and give. So the things and these old clothes and all jewelry or all things is actually the things we could not bring to heaven, but what things we can bring. That's a sincere memory or moment. That's why to the mother also know that what's the most important things, the meeting experience and the remembrance together with you, together this sincere moment. This is most important part. So if sharing to comfort their heart, encourage them, and because of this can connect the heart more to heavenly parents, how precious it is. So father's life and mother's life, we could find that their attitude and their character. We really don't focus so much on personal possession, and that is how we've always been. As we looked into each other's eyes, my husband's gratitude for the quality in me surfaced. He collected himself, smiled, and nodded, and the welcoming celebration proceeded. So after coming back, after ending of the world speaking tour, Mother had arrived to Korea and now going to the victory celebration. So this is the conversation around that moment. So we could see the natural conversation between our father and mother. So really good. My husband and I could not have a honeymoon. I didn't mind, but he had always felt remorseful. When we visited the Netherlands during a speaking tour, it must have been 1969. After much thought, he bought me a small diamond ring with some money he had saved. That was the meaning of the ring. But now I had given it to someone and had even forgotten that I had done so. I do give things away out of sympathetic love, and then I let it go. Those who give what they have, give their heart and even their life, and do not cling to the memory, are the ones whom God visits. My husband knows I am like that, and he is too, just as I had done. He let it go. They are spending together as husband and wife, not only two parents, they are also as a husband and wife, but how many times they could have joyful moment for themselves, honeymoon, vacation, and a moment which they could have peaceful only for to father and to mother and to family, but their whole life is just public, no own personal moment, always together with heavenly parents and the providence and for God and for liberation of all human beings. This is true parents' life, and this totally one heart and one mind and total investment. This is the true parents' life. So how about their life we could find again and we could imagine again? True mother now 78 years old. And so true father at that time was 92 years old. So younger time, older time, and grandfather time, grandmother time, maybe you could recognize your differences internally, externally. Can you find the differences in the younger time, middle age, and old age, and any kind of age? We could see the differences, but really, even physically, to the parents also, 98 years old, and 78 years old, 92 years old, getting older, maybe could find the limitation, but to the parents' heart more bright and more invest, more serious, more urgent, and living that I have limited time within that period, how we can offer victory and gain the victory of this providence. When we see also through mother's autobiography, mother also sharing those heart and also the remembrance and continuously going forward. So those memory is a memory with a true father, and this is the life of true father and true mother. So they are living not in the material world. True parents also living already in the eternal, the world of heart. We could really can recognize that. So the true mother, truly also person living in the world of heart, not the material world. That 1992 global speaking tour was by no means a vacation. It covered 113 cities, 24 time zones, venue upon venue, check-in upon check-in, crowd upon crowd, schedule upon schedule, pressure upon pressure. I was speaking on the value and mission of women, the way to peace in the family and world, and the love of heavenly parent. So mother is talking, this is not vacation. Maybe because we know our true father and true mother's life well, how much difficult to visit the speaking tour. And maybe some of you already you have an experience as the missionary in the several nations, right? Africa, Ireland nation, Europe, and America, we could see, but maybe someone who doesn't know about true parents' life, what they imagine. What true parents visited 130 cities in the world, speaking tour. Maybe that is good, beautiful tour. World tour, enjoy in the some place, visiting to the nation by nation. Maybe people could imagine like this, but how this time period, even short time period, when they stay in the one country, when true mother stay one country, this time period is very short time, only 2 days, only 3 days, even sometime is only 1 day, 1 day, 1 city. The UPF tour, the moment, 1 day, 1 city, just gave the speech for 4 hours, 6 hours, then go to the next city. We could see this life, and 24 time zones. Time is different. Even in Oceania area, our Australia time zone and Samoa time zone, almost 3 hours differences. And also Korea, Japan, Philippines, Nepal, world level is totally different. So 24 time zone and climate. Today, Australia, and every day now is, today is starting day of the winter of Australia, right? June 1st. Yes. Now here is so cold. Now become winter. New Zealand, I think, more colder, right? But how about Fiji and Solomon Island, so hot? When mothers visited 113 city, 24 time zone and different place. Someday became summer, someday became winter, spring, autumn. Maybe if mother went as the vacation is good, but speaking tour, arrived there, speech, arrived there and gave speech. So everything we could see. What is really speaking tour? So mother said, I was speaking on the value and mission of women, the way to peace in the family and world, and the love of heavenly parents. So mother emphasized how much important the family in the world. So we could see those things, everything for our heavenly parent. This was to open the gates for the world's people who are stranded as lonely orphans, to welcome them into the loving, liberating embrace of true parents. Only when we receive God's blessing in marriage can we leave the orphanage and receive our inheritance as the sons and daughters of God who enjoy true happiness. I am here to give my wedding ring to everyone. So mother is mentioning the blessing and family and welcome them into loving, liberating embrace of true parents. When we see the people, they are the orphans because they could not recognize our heavenly parent and true parents. Through loving them, visiting them, embrace them, true parents open and also connect all people to the way to our heavenly parents, return back as the children, and also return back under the heavenly bosom. So true mother even gave a wedding ring to someone, but this heart is same. This actually true parents gave their most important material, important things always to each of us and all human beings. So we could see how our mothers and true fathers investment. So I also now watching the video which true father gave the speech in Australia, because brother Ian gave me the CD. Maybe if we finish arrangement, maybe you could watch that. I saw the 4 CD, almost 8 hours, right, Reverend John? Almost father continuously give the speech. So wherever true parents visited, even the speaking tour, mother gave the speech in the conference, and father also supporting behind and was giving the message to all members. More than 4 hours, 6 hours. This is really the precious and their sincere investment to the people, to the nations. So now we are reading about the part of the Women's Federation inauguration and also providential matters. So really this chapter 4, there are many kinds of contents. So the centering on this Women's Federation inauguration, I want to share some timeline, what kind of providence was going on that time. So 1990 April, dissolution of the Soviet Union, birth of a Commonwealth of independent states, world level name of eldest son. So we could see the meeting with Soviet Union, the president of Mikhail Gorbachev, and also Kim Il-sung. So those meetings was happened that time. Then 1992, founding of Women's Federation for World Peace, position of True Mother's Victory. So True Mother's World Speaking Tour was begun from 1992 to 1993. Proclamation of completed testament age, completion of Mother's position. Then 1993, this proclamation of completed testament age. Then Uruguay round of multilateral trade negotiation concluded. So those political matter also happened. And after that, through parents called the 160,000 Japanese women to Jeju Island in Korea, training for the 160,000 Japanese women that time. In 1994, death of Kim Il-sung. Actually, Kim Il-sung already accepted true father and tried to work together with true father, but he had passed away in 1994. So many situations was happened also in the Korean Peninsula at that moment, and North Korea government, South Korean government, and to parents, or many situations. Then Kim Il-sung was passed away. Then the founding of the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, restoration of realm of parents. Then 1994, the era was changed. The unification, our Family Federation was established. So three parents established Family Federation in Korea first, 1994. Then three parents organized the inauguration ceremony in USA in 1996. So declaration of family pledge and establishment of the Family Federation for World Peace, Age of Restored Family in 1996 in America and also the world. Jardine Declaration, IMF financial crisis hit Korea. Korea also was challenging that moment in 1998. Then the rooting out of the satanic lineage, 1999. Three Parents Declaration celebrating the victory over heaven and earth, completion of restoration of true parents, the era of praying in one's own names. So this Tower 2000, in the final time, this is the age of complete testament. Many providence was happened. To the parents finally stood as the to the parents position based on victorious foundation of the light of elder sonship and all situation we could see. Then enter to the next age and open the Family Federation era and restore the Satan. 1999 March, through parents finally restore the Satan based on victory of 12 blessing ceremony, a 12 blessing overcoming what they call the hill, 12 hill of the blessing from 1996 to 1960 to 1998 and 1999. Then finally gained the victory from Satan. Satan was surrender. That is the 1999 and going to enter year 2000. So this time period. So this is the Kim Il-sung meeting. Okay. So declaration of the completed testament age, testament and this is can see expansion of the completed testament providence. 1992 founding of the Women's Federation for World Peace. 1993 1993 declaration of true parents and the complete testament age. 1994 proclamation of family pledge, Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, Youth Federation for World Peace. So can you see this one? Many people, many Japanese also visited there. 160,000 Japanese women were there. I'm not sure someone joined this Japanese women workshop in Jeju Island that time. Really, I'm not almost every week or every month. This 25th, maybe 25th workshop. So 160,000 Japanese women is not small number. And further organize. You have to invite this kind of number of people to Jeju from which day and which day. Not only one day, not only one time, more than 25 times, many times. Further call the all Japanese women's. I'm not sure how many membership we had, but doesn't matter we have a member or not, they are member or not. If they are women, father call. Anyway, all Japanese women have to come and join. So Japanese membership is not over, I think 100,000, but 160,000 Japanese women. Father call them to educate after Turumada's speaking tour of Women's Federation for World Peace. So parents totally open the era of women, directly educate the women's. They are the representative of women and educate them. The role of women for the restoration of Japan, restoration and responsibility and mission of Japan as the mother nation. So proclaiming to the new era and educate them. You have to become the women, the mother of the world. So June 2, 1993, November 20, 1994, conducted a Kuri Training Center, Jeju International Training Institute, and in Kodiak, Alaska. So many people also came together. So more than 70 workshops and sisterhood ceremonies for 160,000 Japanese women were held at the Jeju Island Training Center and at other locations. So this is the photo. Have you been to the Jeju Training Center? Jeju Training Center is really small. You know, maybe the Kuri Training Center, Stenny, Kuri is still big and facility is good. Room is also beautiful, warm, and really many places. But Jeju Training Center this is actually the factory. Really not big place. And so many people gather together every time. How difficult physically, but the parents spend together, stay together directly. The largest number of people who gathered on Jeju Island at one time for the workshop was 4,800. The size of the training hall was half the size of the Central Training Center in Kuri. The size of the training hall on Jeju Island was 9,250 square feet, and the Kuri Training Center is 21,350 square feet. Yeah, so you can imagine how big. They attended workshop in such a small place. It was worse than a torture chamber. As I started this workshop with them, I was thinking, nothing is impossible when you keep busy. I had everyone squeezed together and then sit on the floor. Was there any other method? They had to stay seated. Those conditions became such a topic of conversation. Yet those who participated actually said that they would like to attend such a workshop again. This has never happened before in history. When it was time to go to sleep, the stairs or wherever you fell asleep became a bed. It hardly mattered that they did not have a bed. Even bathroom could suffice if you could fit a sleeping bag there and sleep in it. They wanted to be there so badly that to them it was better than a hotel room. Through the grapevine, people were hearing that everybody must experience Jeju Island. As a result, the number of participants increased like an avalanche. That is why I said to build a training center so that we could hold workshop there. So this is the message. We could imagine how many people are there and how they sleep. And also sharing the message. So in the beginning time of the Cheonpyeong also same. When we visit there, no place to stay. But this Jeju Training Center was more than that. Even any place, stay. If they have a sleeping bag everywhere, became the bed for them. But how was their feeling? they felt suffer. Actually, they were inspired. They are grateful because they could meet true parents directly. So really, we could imagine how true parents organize the workshop. Whenever true parents call us, that place, gathering, celebration, and workshop. You went to Jardine, you went to some workshop, Alaska and Korea, and parents always physically maybe not simple situation in everywhere, but how was our heart? Always so much warm, happy, peaceful, and wanted to stay together. Doesn't want to leave our true parents' bosom. This is really the love of true parents, a love of our heavenly parents. So through their life, really show them what is real love. Actually, we should become the true parents. We should have this kind of love of true parents. I miss you. I want to meet you. I don't want to leave you. We should have this kind of heart and relationship. I'm not sure in our nation in Oceania, each nation, can you find this kind of feeling among our members or even with our leaders? Really, we have to effort more. I have to also effort more, and our brothers and sisters, how much we can reach that kind of the level of love. I really miss you. I want to really see you every moment, every day, and want to live together. So to the parents, really leading the providence also, but also showing the true love, showing the really life of true person. This is also our goal and our model. So every single moment, really each prepare our heart, and also we have to develop more and more and more until last moment and last minutes. So today, almost the ending part of True Mother's autobiography, this chapter 4. And tomorrow, this continuation, little bit about this providence, and we will go to the next place. So anyway, we could see our True Mother's sincere devotion, even wedding ring True Mother gave to the members and embraced the people, and also to the Father. So today also the beginning of month, beginning of the day, we could imagine again, and we can connect our heart and get the guidance. Heavenly Parents, what is your message today? And what kind of things you are planning for each of us? Please give your inspiration and give your message to all of us. So thank you for joining today's Hundoke. Let's have a great day, great victory to our Heavenly Parents and true parents. Let's have, thank you very much, everyone. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Reverend Yutaka, as always. Really a great presentation. And greetings to everyone again. Wow. The thing that came to me was to give and to give and to give, and then to forget. One of the attributes of true love, or one of the qualities of living for others. This is just reminded me of a lot of Dr. Yong's presentations, that he had a whole series on the attributes of true love, and this one was one of them. To give and to give and to forget. This is really a quality that we need to achieve, because that practice of living for others, that forgetting, is really showing how much that we truly gave it. It no longer belongs to us. It belongs to the other person that received it, and we have released all attachment to it. It reminds me, just before I met our movement, I was very much into music, and I had left home when I was 19, and I was in an apartment, and those days you had LPs, records of music, and I had so many records that they're stuck up against the wall, and they'll go from one side to the other, and that was the bookends. So, you know, close to 2,500 records, and when I started working, all my money went into buying the best sound system at the time and all these records. And then a year before I met the movement, I had this realization that I was being sucked in to this material world, and I wanted to become pure. I wanted to become new again, and so I decided to travel the world, and to do that I needed some money, which I didn't have a lot of because I spent it in that. I ended up selling and giving away my entire record collection, everything I owned. I gave my sound system to my brother, and a whole bunch of other things to everyone. And then I felt, yeah, like I totally naked and new again. And then I started traveling, and then a year later I joined the movement, and I found that really liberating, just to give, not just to hang on to it. And listening to Father and Mother, they're really not materially minded as well. You can easily be thinking that they have a lovely palace, but the palace is not for them, it's for us. And that really inspired me to think again, to give everything we have, because it really doesn't belong to us, it belongs to God. So thank you, everyone. If anyone would like to make a comment, go ahead. Yes, Chris?
Yeah, morning, everyone. Yeah, for me, I think it's really important in that little section about you talking about, John, to also understand that the human reaction of Father had. You gave away your wedding ring. I mean, even Father's not an automated expression of perfect principle. He's a human being, and he invested in that ring, and he had to go through the process that we all go through. And I know I always talk about fishing, but he has quotes in fishing where he didn't get the goal, and he said, the sun was going down, I felt like ordering it to stop, because I had to stop fishing at sundown, and I didn't get the goal, so I had to go back and renew my spirit. And that's the life we live. If you're into sports, champion sports people, they live on this edge of emptiness, complete offering and possible failure. That's where they live, and that's a painful life. And this, giving 100%, it's hard, and it's natural to have these sort of reactions. I think we really need to remember that we're not autonomons of God's nature, we're us. And when we do things for people and they do unexpected things, we have a natural human response. I think there's really a lot to examine in that short little paragraph. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Is that you, Elise, putting your hand up? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just really want to express how grateful I am actually that when my mother really explains all the time, explains together with to mother's biography. I never feel I can speak up really and have something to say, but because I joined because of the foundation of my mother. She wanted to become a nun, and really my father was such a generous man who gave everything away. So I mean, he was an artist, but anyway, so but I grew up in a way. I feel so confused, really, in all this, and also traumatized by my dad most of my life, and and growing up also in Vienna, very much aware of communist influence and tactics, and so anyway, so I don't want to go on too much, but also when I joined, my grandmother, who was, I'm Catholic background, but she was suffering and in the wheelchair and only praying to Jesus. So for me, growing up, Christianity really, my faith, was having a blind faith and just suffering, really. This is what I'm here for, and love is suffering. So having been pushed to join in a shortcut for my ancestors, finally. And I really felt my life was really saved from true parents, and I didn't know how to follow, what to do. We just in that time, 74, when I joined, it was more the feeling, yes, the Messiah is here, and I have to follow. And in a few years, we are going to be in the kingdom of heaven. But no understanding what to do. So really, all my life was really pushing myself out of that duty, and very much aware. It's like when Bohipak's testimony also is very much like I felt, really, because of True Mother's love and prayer. Really, I could survive, and now even I want to really more speak on behalf of those who left, who couldn't carry on, because most of my spiritual life following true parents, I thought I wish I could leave. I wish I could, because I didn't know what to do, how to do. So, but now, actually, through like listening to Reverend Yamada's explaining to parents' cause, I really feel, yes, actually, we just had to fulfill, like John the Baptist, like we had to fulfill that, because that never was fulfilled from the Christians, and even I always felt mainly I was faced with rejections in my witnessing, everything what I was doing. I was there was no hope, really, that everything could happen in the way how God wanted. But now I feel really through with your mother explaining the way how to parents build up made the foundation, how to, like, I feel there's really a path for us to know. So I'm so grateful and so happy for younger ones who join now, actually, that they don't have to deal with those things that we had to deal with, because we always had to fight Satan, more or less. I mean, Satan is so real for us. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that even I felt coming to Australia, actually, because my husband has been here before 2 times, and then he said, no, I don't think we have the qualification, really, even to come and to do something. And so he sent me off, and this was when True Mother was in Sydney. giving her talk, and otherwise I probably wouldn't have dared even to make that flight to Australia. I never would have thought even to come to Australia. But then, I'm so grateful to Mother because my life related more to her actually. And when I read, especially in the biography, also how she said how God was so real for her. He's my father, and he grew up with that encouragement from her mother and grandmother. God is my father, so God is love, and God is protecting us. And she was always aware, even life and death situation, she was always aware of that. And then, like reading to Mother's biography, that's really that so much related to me, because I felt, yes, I grew up actually with seeing my experience with Christianity, with faith, was only suffering. And then at the end, actually, before my grandmother died, she lost her faith. So that really influenced me. And so I felt I had to recreate a foundation in order to survive, to keep following to there. But anyway, I'm so grateful that because of God's guidance now, what I'm so aware of, how God guided actually my life as well. And I'm so grateful, and especially for our children, to because otherwise there's no way. Anyway, so sorry. Sorry.
Thank you, Elise. We have time for one more. Okay. Yes, Mr. Wright. Oh, sorry, and maybe Jacinta as well. I saw your hand go off as well. Okay.
Thank you, Elise, and how to follow to Mother is a big challenge. And thank you again. Today's presentation. And 1992 is one of the important year. But until 1992, I think Australia, we are quite peace, and many things happen overseas, but Australia is quite peace, kind of a lot of activity, but nothing happened, quite peaceful. But we realize before two parents come to Australia, November, to Mother's, many things happened in 1990, 1991, 1992, especially to Mother went 113 nation tour. Then this region, it's become last one. Russia, New Zealand, Australia, also Philippines and China, a 5-nation tour. Then Mother said through the Mother's herself's testimony, Mother said, started, I'm wife of Lebanon. Then, it's she's a leader of women, not only just women, wife. Then become graduate to Mother of all human beings. Then practice to love, to make peace. Then to Mother of peace. Then universal of peace. Mother is incredible. But then Mother had, this is a testimony from other people. Mother, we could not realize how such Mother is elevate her mission. Then that's why Mother herself had expressed, I'm growing like that. Then when mother, visited 130 nations, many reflection and also record. Then mother came to this region, Russia, New Zealand, Australia, Philippines, China. Did not mention about New Zealand and Australia at all. Then pick up one Philippine, I think one of the spiritual women. So mother picture, she is Mary's, substantial Mary's missions. So mother said, I cannot forget this one memory of Philippines. I think that's why, actually I reflect myself with I was maybe welcome to mother as mother of true father, my true father. But mother reflection is, Philippine lady is testified me. She is mother, I am the substantial mother. So the mother is really increasing her mission, God's mission she want to fulfill. And nearly, I think, when I was impressed, father giving a speech to 4,800 Japanese women, but no one can do it. No one can do it such a, it is impossible to normal human being, other true father. But I felt true mother understanding that kind of level. But we could not catch it, could not prepare for that. And I really reflected, when Messiah comes and how people can understand. That is all the question. And just illustrate to how can follow. That is a big challenge. But that is history and reflect some kind of repentance. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rai. Okay, Jacinta, go ahead.
I can share tomorrow if you prefer. It's okay.
I think it's all right. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to add a little bit to your mother's account of her visit to China. She refers to Women's Federation leaders that she was with when she met the son of the president at the time. So those there were actually 7 Women's Federation leaders. They were coming from basically Christian nations, so America, Europe, and even Australia and New Zealand. So from New Zealand, Pam was the sister who went, and from Australia, I was the sister who went. Unfortunately, I couldn't get there until the night before the main event, so I didn't actually participate in that meeting with the son of the president, but I was there for the actual event. So it was in a smallish hall, and we were all at round tables, sitting at round tables. And as Mother said, the atmosphere was very tense at the beginning. And Mother spoke in English from what I remember. And anyway, I guess with Chinese translation. But you could feel that the atmosphere warmed up. And at the end of Mother's speech, then actually some of the Chinese women got up and they were sort of singing on like it was a little platform stage and dancing a little bit. So you could feel that the atmosphere got certainly much warmer. And then we had a time to share with True Mother after the event. And, I only arrived at the last minute, but I really felt that, it was really amazing that Mother had spoken the word God so many times during that speech in the Great Hall of People. Yeah, and then my other recollection was China at the time. This was in 1992, and it was the beginning of winter there. It was so grey. I was so surprised when I went to Beijing, and there was mostly bicycles on the roads, and not that much traffic. So at the time, I felt Mother was trying to bring some Christian foundation and some, I don't know, potential prosperity or something by bringing along these, Christian women leaders from 7 different nations. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, thank you, Jacinta. Thank you. Now it's time for our unison prayer. I'll just share the screen. Okay, let's begin. Arju. Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. God bless
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.